Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Hello. I hope everyone's having a good start to their. We're gonna play new game because they can't join me today. And instead, they would rather be cozy and watch me play this game. It was between this one and a different one, so we're gonna play Stanley Parable. I know it's a game I'm probably gonna have fun with, so it's gonna be. We're gonna see how nice Stanley is at teaching me how to play this computer stuff. I don't know. You are playing Stanley Parable. Begin the game. Okay. Oh. Came to his wits, and he stepped out of his office. Understood?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What if I don't want to? Left. Pulling out my fingers. Left.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Bruh.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I'm just gonna do what a little voice tells me to do. Narrate my life, telling me what it's supposed to be doing. I don't think so.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Guess what we're gonna be doing, chat? First available door on our left. But we have an open door in front of us. Oh, it's got a fall warning, which means I can jump out the windows.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
And yet I'm so good at them. What do those say? Warning. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Cargo lift while it is in motion. Down here.
Saxophone.
Oh!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh my god. Oh, hell. What the fuck, man?
I was such an accident.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
The spelling is so bad. Oh, tips for not getting fired, just don't get fired. Simple, you know. Hello, butterfly. Okay, so we'll just do a loop then. Well, at least that fucking music's done.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart. Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Meow.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I don't want to exit yet.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
It'll be okay.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
25, take number. I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it.
What the fuck was that? What?
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
I mean, we have to keep picking up the bucket. Last time I was here, I fell into the pit of the goalposts.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figlers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Okay.
Here's where it all began.
This is true.
Collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley. Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it.
Man, shut your bitch.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Oh, here it is.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I didn't know you could go in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. That's so fucking cute. Oh, you know, I thought I was gonna be like, not gonna boot this game again, but that's so funny. Take care of yourselves. I love each and every one of you, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.